Yeah, no, that's like some modern art stuff we're getting here. Is it capturing?
So is it like Rainbow Dash, Doctor Hooves, and Roseluck
Yeah,
without her
like it's
body?
Sorry, what are we looking at?
Your
it's like a mix.
colors.
Yeah, I don't know why it would do that. I have never seen it do that.
We're apparently robots.
How about now? Are we less robots?
Ah, we've got a stream now.
Whoa! How'd that happen? Who allowed that to happen? Uh,
It's a stream without a few difficulties.
yeah, technical difficulty be thy name.
We need like a technical difficulty splash screen. It's happened too often.
Just the derpy smashing the server. BFC, you are a robot though. How could you tell a human voice from a robot voice? Are we gonna get an hit? Ah, there we go. That's true BFC style. So, folks, welcome to our stream stuff. It's
Hi,
streamy stream. Yeah, we have
Stream Master.
Living Dead here and Alley Claw. I don't know
Ooh,
why I'm pointing, but I am Alley Claw.
you wish I was there.
Yeah, although it'd be very awkward to share a tablet to do it. And then we have Crispy. Hi, Crispy.
The awesome Crispy.
Hello. I am here again this week.
Yay!
What?
It's because we're cool.
Yay, I'm cool.
Well, you're dead. You
Oh,
don't tend to keep body heat.
oh right. Let me just get this thing alive for us. Alright, she's alive.
Time to hop
Oh
in.
yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a
I
thing we do.
totally need to get that. Yeah, I totally need to get that program running. I was sitting with the SAI open for some reason. I was like,
I
this
only
isn't
wish
right.
I only wish it would work with Psy.
Yeah, same.
You too.
Yes, we are recording.
Yeah, we made sure to double check. Thanks for the heads up, BFC and Stranger Source. They're like
I joined.
they're like our fanboys.
They are. We should just mod them. They can be mods.
Alright. How do I do this? Do I just click them and then
You
yell?
click on their name.
That just gives me a chat to them.
Oh.
I don't know how to do things. Wait, user list?
Go to user list. Oh, settings. In settings, there's a way to mod, I think.
Yes, user list. You can click on their names through that. Haha.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Look at that. Now we have more mods in the channel than regular users.
It's a miracle.
You are now our humble mods. Oh,
Oh
geez,
god, we
Stranger
gave him
Sources.
power.
Oh, no.
This could very well be a short mod chip.
Have we done something horrible? All right. We're alive, Crispy? Have you grabbed it? Aw, sweet. I see marker.
My tablet's oversensitive, I think. Well,
Um,
no, I'm just being stupid and resting my hand on it.
well, you should tell it the world is difficult and it has to learn how to create sort of a softer outs or harder outside so it's not as sensitive to everything.
But I love it. I just said bad things.
All right, so let's do that critique thing because that's what people are here for. Well, except for maybe BFC and Stranger Source, I think they're here for like hugs.
Yeah. Pure entertainment. Well, they're here for the after draw.
Yeah. Although they both know that there is currently a draw pile going on. They could totally join that draw pile.
Yeah, but that's themed. They might feel,
Intimidated.
confined.
Mm.
Yeah.
Its theme is pretty vague at that one. I mean, you can do a lot with that theme.
It's
That
true.
that theme
Those are the
being,
best kind of themes.
yeah. What was it? Pinkie Pie? Ponies being Pinkie Pie?
Ponies being Pinkie Pie.
All right. So first up, we have Help Me Draw Horses picture. So he is a return customer. You might not have seen him in the last stream because we forgot to record that one, but he had ponies here last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hung out with us the entire time too.
Mm-hmm. So last week, I'm actually going to quickly throw up his art from last week just to show you the comparison of what a week of listening to critique is. Because it's a dang improvement, yo. So people in the stream get to see this. I'm sorry, Allie and Crispy. Unless if you're watching the stream. At the same time as being in the stream. But look at
I
this.
am watching the stream.
I am also watching the stream.
We have his previous horse. It's got some hard pointy edges, some odd shapes going on there. The ends sort of fly out everywhere. And then we go to this week's, and it's all like, looking great. We got all these nice round shapes. The edges aren't as destroyed. Like, yeah. At least use your good picture. What's your good picture? In your mind. Because I just used your last one that you posted.
At least use my good picture. It's like, at least use my good side. Jeez.
I'm sorry, but I just stalk you around and take pictures.
That was the one we critiqued, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought so.
I wasn't aware of there being another one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the comments. I forgot that there was the picture that went further in the comments. Mama
That's
steak.
right.
I gotta click through names. Oh, this is so much effort. Ah.
Ew, effort.
We're just yeah. Please stand by as we complete your call here. So, fellow streamers, tell us about your day. Well,
I actually have a question for Help Me Draw Horses. How many heads have you drawn since your last head? Like, how is this the next head you've drawn, or have you drawn more than this?
That's the last one.
Not many?
I found it.
That's totally fine. Definitely like 2. Well, let me tell you, you're gonna want to start getting, if this is like are you okay, I'm gonna ask this a different way. Are you trying to be very clean and precise? Is there any undersketching while doing these heads when you're doing these, or is it just building the line art? Draw an opaque layer first. I'm wondering, Help Me Draw Horses, if maybe during the stream or next time, could you provide us with your undersketching as well as your line art? Because a lot of the errors we're working with come from undersketching. Great, perfect. If you can grab it now, because that's actually better to critique than the line art. Because like I said, if you can't fix the base, the surface is still gonna be a little wonky. Like, say you take out the bones from a skeleton. Well, it is bones. But you put skin on, it's just a blob. I am not ready for this stream today.
I'm lacking caffeine.
Do you have some chocolate?
I am lacking caffeine. I just have water with me, and I had some jelly beans. I'm hoping the sugar kicks in.
I loaded up my counter with sweets and drinks. I got beer, pop, and water, and a chocolate bunny. I'm
you
ready
crazy.
for the stream.
See, here's another little tidbit. Your sketch should have all the information that your line art will have. If you're lining and you're making up new lines with your line art, you haven't finished sketching yet. You need to have basically everything planned out in your sketch before you bring it to line art. Everything doesn't have to be lined. It is clean. You feel sometimes better about it. But honestly, I learned to love sketching more than line art, and it tends to turn out so much better.
I feel like we
I
need a
can.
Dr. Strangelove quote here. Oh, hi, Path to Art.
Howdy.
You recall hearing about this MLP Drawing School? Oh. Oh, the secret's got out, Allie. Close
What?
down everything.
Oh, abort. Push the big red button.
I don't have it. Do you? Damn, I wish I had the easy button from Staples. That was easy.
My mom got me one of those in like high school, and I have no idea where it went.
She probably took it away because she just kept running around the house smacking it.
It is pretty amusing. I won't lie.
We're waiting on Help Me Draw Horses to give us his undersketch for this, because we want to compare it to what he has as the final sketch to see if there might be some disconnect between this. Because process is a lot of creating art. If you can't get the process down sanely, the final product is going to be very difficult to pull off.
There we go.
Yay!
Woo!
Oh, Picarto, you suck at trying to post
Well,
links. Alright. It's a good thing we can still copy paste. Ah, Zonks, you've got a wrong turn. What?
Oh. Bad link.
Can you double check that link? Oh, look, their eyes follow you. Well, that's not creepy at all.
It's a feature.
You know what? They said that about cars exploding too.
Wait, really?
The Pinto. It's self-immortalization.
Oh my god.
I see stuff we showed him. Alright, do we want to...
Replace it with the sketch.
I wonder if it's small enough. Can I do it?
Try.
I'm going to try something insane here, Alley Claw. Hold on to your
Oh, no.
butt.
It's in a chair. The chair's holding on.
Well, you can hold on to the seat of the chair then. Would that work?
I guess I could. I could make like a sling and like wrap it around my butt as it's in the chair.
This all sounds far too complicated.
What fun is simple?
Paste. Where? Paste from file. Oh, that's an entire... Oh, that's an option!
that's actually pretty cool.
All this time, Alley Claw.
Well, I'm done. I give up. Goodbye. Oh, it even loads on my screen.
Alright, we're going to flip the layers here. We're going to dim this one. We're going to line them. Oh, yeah, that's...
I think the hair can be a good lineup, like if you just downsize the one image.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said they used the hair in the sketch.
Do we actually have a transform tool? Oh, we have a lasso tool. Trust us, we know what we're doing. We're experts. That's what we keep.
Just not a draw pile.
It just copied both layers?
No, just the one. I think, did you paste it to the... I don't know what's going on.
I am so confused.
Oh, God.
How is that a program? Alright. Wait. Oh, I did. I got funkiness going on layers here. I understand what happened. Alright, layer 2 has nothing, layer 1 has nothing. Good. We'll try this again. Edit, paste from file. Yeah. Yeah.
Bada bing.
Did this just become Fifth Element?
It's just a conspiracy.
They're the best type of conspiracies. Ones that involve art. Alright, it did it again. I must be going insane.
Why does
here.
maybe it's just the way like the copy paste tool works, and as soon as you put it down and like finish it, no, it doesn't. No, never mind. I lied. Don't listen to me.
Whatever. We're gonna call it good enough. Because what it's doing,
good
it
enough.
drops the transparency, so you can't keep comparing. Because it just redrew the layer beneath it after I was done.
It's
There it
weird
goes.
because when you take it away, I still see the other horse.
Well, that's good because I have it faded above it. See? Horse.
Oh, okay.
Horse.
Horse. Horse, of course.
Now we just have to figure out movement. Is there a move tool? Guys, we're
Space-
expert. Space?
Oh, never mind. No, spacebars just move the canvas, not the actual thing.
Ah!
This is a great stream start already.
I think that's good enough. Yeah, good enough. Look, guys. If you watch the Scribble Kibble stream on how to use OpenTunes, it's much like this.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, God.
You're all on layer 4 or higher? Sweet.
Yep.
Have
Let's
some
do
more.
this.
All right. Do you want the happy faded layer of? Oh, I guess you don't see me fading the layers, do you?
I see both the layers. I do.
Oh, good.
Because like if we look at like just by comparing the ear tips, like boop and boop.
Yeah,
I
they're
see the
slightly off
difference.
center, so just ignore that. But we'll call it good enough.
It was more just to prove that I saw both. I don't know why I needed to prove it to you, but it just felt like I needed to.
I'll take it. All right, so we're talking critique here. Yeah. So right off the bat, comparing your undersketch to your finished product, we can see the few little corrections you did. And despite what Ali might like, I'm not quite sure how you interpreted what Ali was saying, but you can do corrections to the final sketch. The undersketch is sort of a base idea, and then you refine it, and voila, finished sketch. It depends how many steps you want to do, so you can refine that undersketch on the same layer, and then do good, clean, crisp lines, or you can try for it all at once. I would suggest taking multiple steps towards it if your finished product is you're finding it too difficult. Like too difficult to get to. You're going random lines and there's all sorts of mistakes everywhere and I'm getting frustrated. Take more steps to it.
You don't
Go ahead.
like a lot of things I see people when they're starting out, they think sketches have to be pristine because they're looking at other people's like, oh look, I just doodled this thing and it's perfection. Because people who spend a lot of years doing something tend to do the easier beginning steps faster and cleaner because they've been doing it for so long and it's muscle memory at this point. Sketches are messy. Let me just get that out there. Messy, messy, messy. It's all about finding the form, the flow, and getting the pieces just right. And you can correct them, you can erase them. They can be an absolute disaster, but that's the point of a sketch. It's to get everything correct, no matter what the final sketch looks like. And then when you move to line art, that's when you make everything clean and nice and, lovely. Wunderbar. So that was just my little boop. I see a lot of people just going right for the line art when they haven't, sketched. Sketch.
Yeah. Sketchy. So, What can we do to improve this? Honestly, your undersketch seems to be on par for what we would expect for an what I would expect for an undersketch. That little refining, there's little corrections that could be made in your finished product. So do we want to just focus on the finished product? Since we can see that undersketch is pretty good. We could do corrections to that muzzle.
Yeah.
It seems the finished product muzzle has a little shaping that could have been done. But honestly, do it a few dozen more times and you'll be spot on anyway. Well,
Yeah, a lot of this does come down to just keep drawing, keep drawing, keep drawing. It fixes itself in time if you just keep drawing with references.
all right, then let's just attack this finished product.
Alrighty.
Do. I threw a head circle on for you. I hope that's okay with you.
That's totally fine. I was just adding the cross lines.
They seem to be pointed down quite a bit. Yours?
Yeah, well, I was following their initial lines from the undersketching, just
Alright.
curving them to the circulature. More difficult with the square method.
Okay, so the square method doesn't come to everyone. And it's much like we were saying, there's a few methods we teach that might be very easy for some people to pick up, might just be impossible because it just doesn't seem to click. That's fine. There's other ways of doing it. References might just be your way. Going, it's sort of roundy over here and flatty up here, so let's just do it like this. You know where you go, muzzle, 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 bottom muzzle, erase and clean up. We got a face. Sort of Joker.
Whoa.
And that might just be you. That might just be how you approach it. You know, toss it on, call it a day. The reason we teach that square method is because we have found it is very good at teaching how to point the muzzle, and how to ensure that it's following the rest of the face as far as shape goes and angle goes. I'm gonna quickly look at what's Pokemon's, see what theirs is.
I believe they do the measuring method, or at least, like the angular stuff. What are you working on, Crispy?
At the moment, I am trying to figure out whether I should draw this in yet or not. I was going to let you guys continue talking, but one thing that is that I've been noticing is actually just this ear, where they've got the entire ear behind the head. Now, to me, that makes it look like as if the ear is, say, this is the head over here. It is actually behind it, if you know what I mean, like attached to the rear of the head, where the eyes would be here, and nose is there, where it's attached to the side. That is what is catching my eye at the moment, and I'll let Living Dead there go have a look at his guide. But the only other thing was mainly the eyes were getting to me. Now, I was going to say about the eyes is purely just the size of them, because they seem to be a tad small in the final sketch here. It was on the sketch they were larger, if I'm right in saying, but I say here they seem a tad on the small side, for me at least anyway. Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
I'll go grab an espresso at some stage here to get my head awake.
Oh, free espresso?
I would love some free espresso.
I have a espresso machine in my kitchen. I've had one espresso out of it since I bought it about a month ago.
Look at Mr. Fancy Pants here, buying an espresso machine and only ever using it once.
I know the great idea was to have it before work, but I preferred the extra 2 minutes in bed.
It's fair. That's fair.
The definition of me.
Magical people, you. Alright. So, looking over what's a Pokemon's head drawing, they do the box method. They just don't fully flesh it out as a box to us. So, if you're to look, here, I'll bring down the most pertinent part of that. This proof. Here we go. So they just sort of merge the two steps together. So what we do in our box method is we draw out this bottom part here as a separate box, but they've just continued rounding it out to the bottom of the head. And that's fine. That's the next inevitable step in our box method. But if this works better for you, where you just start it rounded off, by all means, skip the next step. It's not like we're going to hold you down and go, no, you need to draw every box every time.
There is only one way to draw art. It's put your nose on a piece of paper. And you stare at it.
All right.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're in a different world now. Does that make sense to you, Help Me Draw Horses? What I meant by their box method? Yeah, I like making
Woo!
sense. Although I prefer making dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so we've already talked about the eyes. We've hinted at the muzzle. And, going what you can do for the original style. But the ear, we might want to talk about, because one ear is sticking up happily, the other ear is sort of splayed out the side. Now, are you trying to go... Sorry, I should rephrase this. Sometimes that's used for expression purposes by changing the direction of the ears. You'll see, like, dogs will sometimes do it, and it's all sorts of adorable. You see it, like, one ear hanging off to the side and the other one up, and you're like, huh? Kind of adorable. Is that what you're going for? Nope, just ears. All right. Well, in that case, we got some ear correcting to do here. So, if we're just going for ears pointed straight up, if we're to follow that horizontal line that we create on your head, that can help us point, because this is now pointed straight up. So we can take that. We can double check to see if this top point meets up with this bottom point to create a line through there. Let me change up colors for us. Whatcha? Yeah, that ugly brown, that matches the horizontal of the face. Sorry, vertical, not horizontal. Let me get terms right. That matches the vertical of the face. And with that, we have an ear. If words are hard.
Beautiful.
That makes sense? Ears point out some days. They can do anything, really. They're like these big, fluffy cartilage thingies. You just want to go, rub ear, rub ear.
Oh, they're so soft. I don't know why.
Wait, you have a... Ellie, is there something you aren't telling me?
No. Like, if you pet a dog and you just, like, rub their ear. It's so soft.
I thought Jin had actually become a lion.
Yes, secretly. You guys just didn't know he was temporarily a human when you met him.
Huh. Well, that makes more sense.
I'm just picturing, like, a Powerpuff Girls experiment gone wrong. Now he's... a lion.
All right. Before we get off track again, any other questions you have? Help me draw horses.
Yeah, the mane is nice and fluffy. It's good.
Yeah, completely agree. It's not too large. Often you'll see manes overtaking the opposite ear, which happens in the show. Rarities is a good example of that. Massive mane hanging out there. But I like to always show that there's another ear there, because without two ears, you sort of lose an impression of how the head can be turned. And if everything matches up, it's more visually appealing. That's good. Spending a long time on the mane can be fine. Alright then. If that's it, I think we should move on to the next chunk of art here.
All right.
So if I can get you both to bail.
Done.
Arms up in the air, running, screaming. Ah.
It's on fire.
Of course, it closes down all the draw piles. Why would it just close down one? Like, the program performs
background.
different every single time. I thought the background's appropriate for the stream.
I quite enjoy it.
Save that. Sorry.
I've still got it open.
Oh,
I can save it.
Please do.
Crispy to the rescue.
Right. Help me draw horses.
Alright, new one's up. And I just got a curvature of a butt here.
Some wings and rain. Look at that.
Saved. Now to join a new one.
Mm-hmm. So this is made by Allura, who some of you might actually know. They are a YouTube musician too.
Mm-hmm. It's good music.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they just get on like a top 10?
Yeah, they did.
Well, congratulations.
Last week's, I guess. They're the one that just came out. Link. I can try and find it. But first I'm going to look at their post, because they had a very sizable critique that we believe to be 100% accurate and very, very delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to reiterate basically what they're saying and draw it out a little bit, because, hey, you know, it's useful to see. And it wouldn't be going to YouTube without music playing. There, that's their music. They're the YouTube page. They also have an art tutorial page, which doesn't have anything on apparently. One day we'll get art tutorial.
One day. They can join us.
Yeah. You should totally be like, hey, you want to join us?
Let's just start a reach out program.
By the way, anyone is able to join us if they feel they want to. We are always happy to accept more critiquers.
If you can look at art, you can critique art. Just be nice.
Constructive.
Not
destructive.
Polite. No.
Although occasionally, I still very fondly remember ripping apart someone's art, because they said rip it apart. So I printed it out, tore it to pieces, and sent them a picture of it.
That's amazing. So, what points shall we go across with while critiquing this art?
So, one of the big ones they're talking about is the perspectives going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Because how the pony's standing does not match how the rest of the cave is.
Mm-hmm.
Nom 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 nom. Sorry, that chocolate was too delicious. I had to.
You're fine. You're totally fine.
I had to make it mine. Man, I like the critique. They got red lines and everything.
I'm trying to find the horizon line. I believe it's right around... Oh, a little too... Right around there. It's not perfect, but I think there's, like, sky up here, and then the sea.
I can see that.
Like, yeah.
No puns? Alright.
I really need to pick up CPS. Or CSP. Wow. Hello, dyslexia.
Clip Studio Pro?
Pete. The pro is more money. I don't have more money.
I think CPS is Child Protective Services. You should avoid picking them up. Oh, good. Time we draw horses agrees with me. So we're talking art here. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, it's one of those days. I'm sorry, guys.
This happens every single time, and anyone who joins the stream knows we spend maybe 20% of the time talking about art.
We get... Okay, that last stream we had, even though there's no proof of it, we were hard workers, alright?
There's no proof that we worked hard, but just trust us, guys. That's what I tell my manager every day.
You don't see it, but trust me. I did things. Okay.
Bubbles onto us! Run!
Oh, God.
Alright, so let's talk perspective going on here.
I guess we can just go down the critique of the other person.
Yeah, I think that's what
they
I'll just
did.
do. Do I just show
pull
their
that
images? I could just show their images too.
Do it. Let's get everyone in on this.
Yeah. Image. So this is the delicious red line they gave. And what it
yes.
it shows a lot better perspective lines than we're ever going to create in this.
Yep.
Thank you, not having a line tool.
Sad.
Yeah. So anyway, what they're going over here is we have the vanishing point buried somewhere off into the distance beyond where my tablet can point at, because we can follow the lines moving across the horizon, lines moving back across here. Everyone in the stream can watch a mouse move, but no one else.
Yes. No.
Anyway. And then we have the lines coming from over in this corner, vanishing off to the same point. So this is very useful in a picture where you're actually incorporating a background with your characters, is deciding where the vanishing point or points, because you can have multiple vanishing points, where they're actually going to sit, and then making sure you lay down some grid lines or guidelines for you to work off of. It will save you headaches in the future of going, why isn't my pony standing on there? It looks like the entire world is crooked to them. Unless if that's the case. If the entire world was meant to actually be crooked, then discard this critique.
That is some surreal art.
Yeah. So anyway, basically what the critiquer had, and their name was Crystal Lord. Thank you, Crystal Lord.
Yay, thank you.
What they're going over is by comparing the angle that the ground under the pony is to the angle of the feet, they can see that they really aren't sitting on the on the ground stand like as though it's a 90-degree sort of perpendicular angle. It sort of looks like the pony's standing on an angle because the side over here actually is higher than this side on our image, and it curves upwards. So by separating the legs a bit, pulling it back, we can see the artist has tried to move, or the critiquer has tried to move that back right hoof further apart and just a little bit further, like forward, sorry. It has caused the pony to sort of match up with how the ground is. And it'll give it, when the viewer looks at it, it'll make it look more solid. They'll be more planted to the earth. Yeah. That's why you want to make sure you're using perspective.
It's true. It works. It's math. It won't lie all the time.
Wow, it totally lies.
That's fair.
Photographers and artists are famous for destroying perspectives for the sake of hilarity.
For the sake of art. Except they know when to destroy them. That's the difference. Well, for the most part. There are people that'll be like, oh yeah, no, I did this because art. And then there are people like, yeah, I did this because XYZ reason of art. There's a difference.
Alright, so now we have the pony. Because that's mostly what the critique was about, was the perspective. Because, let's be honest, this pony looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Some good shading going on here. We can push the shading a little bit harder, give it a more cohesive point, because there is some points of shading that do sort of disappear. For instance, if you're to look at where the shade goes behind the pony, like all out over here,
Mm-hmm.
The wing makes sense to shoot it behind, so does the body over here. But then if you compare that to the shadow on the pony, it doesn't make sense because this hair is actually almost in front of the neck, the stuff hanging here. So why is it casting a shadow beside it if the light source is obviously coming from almost the perspective of the viewer? Well, actually it's going shooting down, but sorry. Let me fix my mistake here. There. I'm still not fixing it. I'm just making it worse.
You're trying hard, that's what matters.
Erasing it fixes it. All right. Help me draw horses. If you go to our stream when we upload it, the goal is to have it uploaded tonight. I'll actually be stopping the stream after we're done our critique. We'll be switching over to Claw's channel so I can upload it. I'm on limited upload speed, so if I upload YouTube at the same time as streaming, it'll just destroy the stream. But once we get that, we can take a screenshot of that image, and you can use that to compare. It'll be the same resolution as what I can give you. Same-ish. Alright, so we're talking about shadows and direction. So yes, cohesive direction. Much like drawing out your perspective on here, so your vanishing points somewhere back over in the direction of over this way.
Mm-hmm.
You should try and draw on your light source. So one of the things we like to do is 3D arrows because they look funny. So for instance, 3D arrow. Look, now the light source is coming sort of onto the chest, somewhat viewer angle. If we wanted to convert it more to viewer angle, like how yours is hanging around.
Well, dot.
Yeah. Just, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone but you. So long as it makes sense to you, it's good. Even if it's just, I got a dot here. Look, it's a dot. The line. Good enough, as long as it makes sense to you. I used to actually just draw lines all the way through the image on a layer that's highly dimmed or high opacity, and that would be my my light, it would make sure as I scanned down the image for shading that all the shadows were still hanging around the same sort of area. Since then, I've sort of
Nifty.
reduced in what I do, but it still sticks.
The nifty living dead right here.
Oh, I know. It's fancy. Um, it's raining pretty hard, but I don't know. The ground doesn't actually seem wet to me. Does it seem wet to you?
No, it's very light. I don't know if I don't know. For me, when something's wet, it tends to get darker. Like brings out whole new thing.
And with the amount of detail in this pony, this gorgeous mane, the gorgeous shading going on in the body, especially those eyes, them eyes.
Yes.
Just pushing the what you're doing for just even around the pony a little bit further could you want to get eaten by those eyes. Oh, eat those. That's even weirder.
A plus plus eyes.
No, it's Stranger Source. He wants to eat the eyes.
Wow.
Yeah, we entertain a weird group.
Squishy.
So yes, as I was saying, water. Draw some water around them because it's landing on rock. Rock's not very porous when it comes to water. Water flows around it or pools in it. Give it a few puddles.
Like I see some, but very light. Like rightish here. There's some stuff going on.
They're so subtle, so
Yeah.
not reflective. They don't hold the qualities of water of being a sort of reflective or even just obscuring body hanging around. It just doesn't seem like water to me. It just seems more like texturing of the rock.
And I think the one thing, I know there's a lot of light going on here, but it also seems like a very heavy full storm. I don't think there should even be this much light to begin with. We have a white pony that's very bright white in like a crazy dark, heavy storm. So that might also be making the big disconnect. Sort of like, I don't know, I'm trying to think. It's almost like the overall shadow of the entire sky being covered in dark black clouds. While there is some light, it's not going to be much. Because even if we look at the background compared to the brightness of the pony, unless there's a lightning strike, I don't think the white's going to be that, vibrant.
Mm-hmm. Now the little bits that are there, you can really push your entire what was hue? No, what's the gamut? The gamut of black and white contrast. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Words. You can push
You're
your
welcome.
contrast a bit further on here. So we have this wonderful dark hanging around inside the cave that is actually suggesting, hey, it's dark in there, guys. But as Ellie Claw was saying, your outside doesn't seem to agree with that. Now there might be like the god rays hanging around here, shining down on this pony, going, "Oh, you're gorgeous." But I don't think that was the artist's intent.
No, it looks like they're very concerned in a storm, and I know something about a rescue pony, I believe that's what they are.
I don't recall. Yes, Life of Rescue Pony.
Yeah.
That's the medical symbol, I assume.
Yes, that's my guess.
But anyway, as I was saying with the contrast, you can, by darkening up the entire image, but then giving it some really sharp highlights, you can really make this entire thing pop a little bit more. Give it a lot more atmosphere to it.
It'll also become more cohesive with the background because you have the background so moody and dark.
I can hope you've done this in multiple layers. So what I would like to actually see you do is just open up the drawing. Hopefully you haven't smushed down all the layers and saved it like that, and just play with the your contrast tool a little bit. Assuming you aren't using MS Paint, you're using something better than that. It should have a contrast tool where you can move around a slider and just tap it either direction to darker and brighter. See what happens to your darks here and what happens to your brights. It might be fun. Yeah, that's about what I got for this one. How about you, Allie?
I mean, that was my final comment. I think really just a concentration of overall light. You know, everything interacting with each other, just like we talked about with, everything else. With the lighting and shading and the contrast and the... Yeah, I got nothing else really. It's pretty, beautiful, detailed hair is lovely. Eyes, lovely as always. Cave, nice detail. And I also like the water in the background.
Yeah. Now we know 3 musicians in our subreddit.
This is the part where we ask them all to collab together to make us a sound like a intro theme song.
Yes. We need a theme song. We will trade pictures of horses for theme songs.
Theme songs.
The theme song would be like, "We're bad." That's it. Enjoy.
We're just trying to be helpful.
Don't blame us when we forget to upload it. All right, everyone. Let's hop out of this thing.
All right.
We got more art. Art. Who do we have? We only have one more art.
Woo! I mean, woo!
Ah! My screen turned blue.
No.
Well, no one else sees blue, so that's good. It's just a loose cable somewhere, probably. Do I want to care or not? I bet the cat's toying with it. Whatever. It's just blue for me. It's a black and white drawing. You'll get over it. No, help me draw horses. No.
Now listen up. Here's a story.
I'm blue.
It begins.
Oh no. Yeah.
We need someone dancing in front of a camera.
I think people pay for that. That's the premium service.
Soon they're gonna love us so much that we have to start doing webcams or face cams, just like all the popular YouTubers.
No one wants to see this mug. It is
No one wants to see any mug.
like 70% beard.
We can just get plushies to sit in front of the camera the entire time.
Well, wait, Crispy has a plush, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He is Derpy.
Yes.
So we got Derpy. Sorry, what?
I was going to say, I try and be more used this time. I was quite happily just sitting back that last one.
It was like, it was already well critiqued. We were just trying to find things to like extend upon and like flesh out, I guess. I don't know.
Because they ask kindly.
Yes. So we got a bunch of faces.
Faces. So this one is by a person who has a name. Oh, that would be a great Reddit username.
I really like this meme.
Karmados. And they're just looking for critique on drawings. Now, they've been posting to ponychan.net, which is apparently a place. And they've started off pretty not bad, obviously needing improvement. And how long ago was that? That was Where's the dates on these things? I see January 2016. All right, so they only started 3 months ago, it looks.
That's pretty good so far.
And
They've
now
done
they're
a
here.
lot of sketching, which is
Yes.
good.
Am I getting suggestions from people and critique?
Not yet. They're
Well,
talking about Pony-chan.
hello, Equine Vincent Omna Nom Nom Nom.
Nom. Nom Zom.
Let's see, is Pony-chan dead? I would assume it is, because you can only hold on to a site like that for so long till it starts losing interest. Site.
I tried to go on to one of the Chans once, and I can't understand. I don't understand how to even work it.
Oh, you just bash your face against the keyboard for a while and hope for the best.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's see, what
all
was
right.
what was the last
I learned.
post? I don't know what the last post was. I'm just gonna assume now. Well, welcome, Equine.
Howdy ho, neighborino.
In case you don't know, we do critique of ponies here. Please submit art if you would like some critique, or even if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to get to them. We are from the MLP Drawing School. Well, we don't represent all 4,300 and some odd users.
Mm-hmm.
We are just the best from there. No.
We're renegades.
What a statement, like.
All right, so we got Pony going on here. You're correct. Just that face is adorable. Seems like a chill place. Yeah, this is a pretty chill stream. Definitely.
I spent like a week just making new Reddit accounts because I just wanted to fill the place.
We have an IRC that's actually pretty fun. If I do say so.
Also a Discord now. We
Yes.
upgraded.
Wow. I'm not going to call Discord an upgrade. It's a technology upgrade, but its chat system is just... It's not good enough.
It's good for like, it's definitely, I can see where it's better for like small groups, like, how TeamSpeak used to be.
You can set it up to be like IRC though. There is an option for that.
That's true. It's like a simplicity mode.
Oh. So I can actually read more than 3 comments in a single
Yes.
go? See, now it got a little less worse. Yeah,
We used to use Mumble.
Yeah.
Well, Living Dead still uses it for other things.
Mumble's easy, lightweight,
Oh,
and
shady.
256-bit or 256 AES encryption on both sides. So I mean, you can't really complain. Plus, you host it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Discord, everything's being sent off some dude's server in Bulgaria or something. Scared of
Don't
chat.
be scared of chat programs.
Unless the programs talk to you.
Yeah, then be scared.
I mean, actually, that's dang it. Mumble talks to you. It has the voice to speech. We should probably put that somewhere here. Oh, there it is. Web chat. Look at that. We have a link to that. We're awesome.
So I think overall, I'd like to say this person has been doing a fabulous job with practicing. I gotta say, their stuff is like doing good each time they draw something new. I mean, there's a few things in here that could use some touch-ups and, what have you. But a lot of the stuff is looking pretty lovely.
It's good to see that they're actually going through the guides to do it, because you can see where they're actually trying to construct their head, the lines of circumference.
Mm-hmm. We approve. So all I have is yellow and blue as colors, apparently.
Well,
If all you have is yellow and blue, what color did you lose? Assuming everything's made up of RBG.
you lose
Green?
gas. Yeah. You've gone colorblind.
Oh,
No red.
actually red would make sense. Yeah. Thanks, shoe unit.
Shoo unit to the rescue. Shoo unit, you should do some of these streams. I see you posting in the Reddit doing your talk, your lounge, which is incredible.
Yeah, the
So much effort put into those.
consistency too.
Yeah.
We're just lazy. We make people watch us instead of read us.
Typing is my enemy. It's well, I mean, I can make myself look stupid by talking, but I can make myself look stupid by typing.
We have a reason. No one has created a new weekly theme.
There you go.
So how the weekly themes work is we allow anyone and everyone to create a weekly theme. All you have to do is make a post saying weekly theme and using the tag square bracket theme. Square, wait, is it weekly theme or is it theme? I think it's weekly theme.
Weekly, isn't it?
Oh yeah, weekly. Thank you. And then you just like weekly theme and give it a theme. You can see the previous posts and just base it off what those look like. They're somewhere.
See, the one thing that I don't think is clear on the subreddit is that it should be more community run, and I think people just expect to happen. They don't know. They come in, they're just like, hey, critique my pwn.
No. T-boys? What? What does that even mean? Do I need a decoder ring to figure out the weekly theme?
What if the fun of the weekly theme is that, like, you have to figure it out before you can draw it, or the drawing is the key, or
We did
I don't know. I give up.
We did sort of pick up a weekly theme again, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, well, we have those weekly draw piles going on.
that's true. But
Is
they're
that-
not. Should we start posting those to the subreddit, or do you want to keep it more so we can keep it controlled? I guess I should say.
It does save every 5 seconds, but it's not like it's concurrent saves. It just keeps saving over itself. So, I mean, if someone runs through and nukes everything, it's gone.
Yeah, it's my worry that, like, I know I don't, like, you know, there's always people that go into subreddits just to be assholes. So
Yeah. But I mean, if you want to do the weekly stream, or weekly themes, hop into our IRC and go look at draw pile. And you'll see our group draw pile we host every week at the start of a new episode. We base the theme of that draw pile off of the previous episode. So, for instance, for the start of the season, it was babies because the wee little princess baby. I think the picture's over
the
here.
wee babe.
The wee baby Seamus. Why didn't anyone draw the wee baby Seamus pony?
Why didn't you draw the wee baby Seamus pony?
Because it only just came to my mind now. Where do I put... Get the BFC. I think they would take away our our ability to do that. Doesn't matter what day this weekly thing is posted. Yeah, well, no, sorry, for on the subreddit it doesn't matter at all. We try, or at least while we're doing it, we were saying that if you could wait for an entire week for it to finish, give people time to draw out their weekly posts, that'd be better than, posting one every 3 days, because then it's not a weekly. All right, so we're here for art, though. Ellie Claw and Chumpy here, or Crispy, not Chumpy. Wrong person. Listen, wrong wonderful person. Chumpy was an awesome dude. I don't know what happened to him. Scrumpy Chumpy? Was that his name?
I think it was just Chumpy.
Totally
yeah, it was
not
never.
Chumpy. Yeah, totally not Chumpy.
Well, it's totally not Crispy, so I mean.
Yeah.
Who is it then?
Nah. So you two want to talk about your changes here? What you doing?
Go ahead.
Mine was a fairly basic change. So it was essentially only thing I really corrected was the shape of the head really, because they did what was right with regards to the ear placement on the head they had drawn, but I say it wasn't really a circle; it was more of an oval, which just is what actually stemmed the bit of an odd look to it. So essentially, what I done was redrew the head and just showed them how the head really should be shaped. Now, one thing I will admit, I did give it a rather large chin. That was not intentional, but I would just point that out there because their muzzle was slightly too big, in my opinion. It seemed almost like the big snooter. That was essentially it, and also I just drew the eye a little bit bigger. That's more of a personal preference, but in the show, the eye is roughly the same size as the ear. But I haven't drawn that here because I just thought of that right now as I was talking my way through it.
How about you, Miss Claw?
Basically, I was working on some of the more open-faced models. The one thing I'd say, it's don't treat the mouths like Pac-Man. Like the circle doesn't just open in on itself. It's like, think of it as a jaw where, like, let me take one of the side doobly-doos here. So like we have, like, a jaw. You got teeth in that jaw. Look how fierce and weird ponies are underneath all that. And just, when you're opening them, it's like a what's it called? Shoot, it's a simple machine. The thing where it's
Lever?
no a hinge. It's a hinge.
All right. One day we'll figure out simple machines.
I don't even think a hinge is considered a simple machine. But anyway, yeah, consider it like a hinge more than Pac-Man disappearing in on itself. So, like I have for this image right here, boop boop. If I just erase what I did, you'll see that it's almost like the jaw is where the eye is. You just want to always remember the jaw is somewhere back here, so it's gonna open downwards. A little happy smiley face, and otherwise I think your closed mouth stuff is super cute. Love the poofy hair, always a fan. Side perspective, Crispy did a great job on explaining. But yeah, I would watch for I redrew this bottom one. Something I see consistently is that the head circle going on, I guess they're going off of the show, but the lines, the two vertical and horizontal circle lines, everything's very high. Basically, the nose is low. You want to bring the nose up to the line, and it'll help get rid of a lot of the problems where you have these giant heads, because you shrink it down a little bit more. I don't know. I can't explain anything properly anymore. I hope that makes sense. Just push things down a little more. I don't know.
No, you're totally yes. You are right.
I felt like I wasn't making sense towards the end, so I want to. Oh, bye! Help me draw horses. I don't want to like start spieling off the wrong way.
We're out of art, guys.
We asked the chat if there's anything they'd like critiqued.
It's kind of scrolling across the bottom of our screen, but we can ask again. Anyone got anything they want critique or have critiqued? I mean, you can critique stuff all you want to, but anything you want critiqued or any art questions or any questions at all. This isn't an Ask Me Anything, but we are kind of silly.
Silly Philly.
I feel like I should probably correct my video cable while I wait. But that involves opening a door.
Door.
She's watching 2.5 Men out in the room. Yay, Netflix. It's a wonderfully short stream today. That's it. Nope, we're done. No, but seriously. Anyway? Bueller? Hey, Allie. We've only been going for an hour and a half.
I'm okay with this because we are failing today.
Not failing. We've done everything.
That's okay, fair. I don't know. I'm just so out of it today. It's a rainy day. I'm gonna blame that.
All right. So do we want to do Plan B? Well, not Plan B. I mean the second half of our stream, where we
Part of it
switch over.
today.
What?
I just get to be part of this part of the stream today.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this. Usually this happens at like 2:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah. So do we all want to hop over to Allie's channel and do the group draw?
Group-a-doo-ba-doo-draw.
And then I can upload this, and we call it a day. Mama.
I need to set up my junk.
Gross.